Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to talk about 5 tips for teaching people how to treat you. We often hear people talk about how someone did not treat them right, or somebody does not treat in their lives, or in some situation is not treating them the way they want to be treated. And a lot of times what we find is that the person is not is not making others treat them as they want to be treated. So that's why today we're talking about 5 tips for teaching people how to treat you. The first is to know how you want and deserve to be treated. You need to know that you deserve to be treated well. You need to know that you deserve to be treated with respect. You need to know that you want that. You need to know what you expect from people, how you expect people to treat you, and that you deserve to have people treat you with the level of respect that you deserve. So first, know that. 2, set boundaries. The reason many people don't respect our boundaries is because we have none. Because we have not taken the time to set some boundaries, that we have not taken the time to set some limits, that we have not given those people limits. So if someone has been used to, or knows, or has been taught, or to just walk into your house or walk into your room whenever they feel like it, then because that lack of boundary tells that person that it's okay, because you have not insisted, you have not told them, you have not made it clear that that was not an acceptable behavior. It's not enough that you just know that, hey, this is what I want or this is what I don't want. It's important that you're setting boundaries to allow people, or to make sure people know that, hey, this behavior is not acceptable. 3, be consistent. Once you set boundaries, it's important that you're consistent. And that means that you're consistent in all situations. If the answer is no on Monday, that answer should be no on Tuesday. If you have said, hey, I want people to respect my house, then they need to respect your house Monday through Sunday. If you're asking, hey, I want you to call before you show up, that you need to be insisting on that every single day. Whatever rules, whatever limits, whatever boundaries you set, you need to be consistent with them. And of course, that includes consistency with different people too, because it may be that you allow this person to get away with something that you're not allowing other people to get away with. And that can kind of give people the idea that, hey, this may not be all that important. So be consistent. Once you've set the boundaries, make sure that you're sticking to them and that you're consistent with enforcing them. 4, speak up. You have to advocate for yourself in the moment. If you have set boundaries and you notice that someone is not adhering to your boundaries, if you have said, hey, I want to be treated with respect, which you shouldn't have to say, but if you have actually had to say it, or if you just haven't said it and you notice someone is not treating you with respect, advocate for yourself. It's up to you to tell someone, hey, I do not appreciate being treated that way. I don't like being treated that way. I don't want to be treated that way. This is what I expect. This is my expectation. This is how I want to be treated. It's up to you to make that, to make it known that you have these standards, you have these boundaries. It's up to you to speak up and advocate for yourself to make sure that whatever boundaries you have set, that people are adhering to them. 5, stick with it. Setting boundaries can be very difficult. It will upset people. It will annoy people. Some people will think you're joking. Some people might not follow them at the beginning. And some people will probably start and then eventually try to stop. Stick with it. Whether it works with 1 or 2 people at the beginning, or it's not working with anyone, or everybody's upset that you now have these boundaries. Stick with it. Because at the beginning, when something is changing, people will try to fight it. But it's up to you to decide, hey, this is something that is important to me, and this is something that we're going to keep working on until y'all get it. So if it's not working at the beginning, don't give up on it. That's what happens with a lot of people. They start it and they see that, hey, it's not going very well, so let me just give it up. Don't just give it up, because if you give it up, you're never going to be treated the way you want to be treated. However, if you keep it up, if you insist that everyone treats you with the respect or the way you want to be treated, eventually they will have to either figure out how to adjust to it, or figure out how to be out of your life and stop mistreating you. So either you want people to stay in your life and mistreat you, or you want people to figure out how to treat you right so they can, stay in your life. So make that decision. Make sure that you stick with it, because those who matter will not care that you have changed, that you are insisting on limits. And those who have issues with treating you right, those people don't matter anyway, and they're probably not the people you want around. Quick recap. 1. Know how you want to be treated and that you deserve to be treated that way, kindly, with respect and all that stuff. 2. Set boundaries, because you have to tell people what the limits are. You have to tell people what your expectations are. 3. Be consistent. You can't enforce boundaries on Mondays and let them go on Tuesday. You have to be consistent. You have to continue with whatever the rule is. That rule has to exist on Monday and Saturday and whatever other days in between. 4. Speak up. Talk, advocate for yourself in the moment. If someone is breaking your rules, if someone is overstepping your boundaries, say something in the moment so that they realize, hey, he's not playing or she's not playing. Finally, stick with it. At the beginning especially, there may be some resistance, but if you stick with it, you have a much better chance of being treated the way you want to be treated than if you just say, okay, let me just give up because nobody likes it. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that even right now, when so many things are so chaotic, there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services. So figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need the help, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.